Hi guys, it's Nancy here, and I just want to come to show you a kit I've put together, which I will be using for my June Hey Little Magpie blog post. And I'm actually going to be working on a mini album. I've kind of just got a little thing for little mini albums at the moment, as I done my Scotland one a while back, so if you do go back in my videos you'll see the share of that one. I'm actually going to be using this album, which is I think this is a Teresa Collins one actually, and it's got this beautiful gold heart on it, and it is, as I said, a 4x4 size. I do have the page protectors in it, so I have quite a few of the 4x4, and then I have these ones as well, which are the 2x2 pockets, and I've got a few of them as well. So that is what I'm going to be using for the basis of my album, and what I thought I'd do is I'd limit my supplies and hopefully get some more of my stash used up. I'm also planning on making quite a few embellishments to kind of go through this album. Again, if you've seen any of my previous album shares, you know that I like to kind of make some embellishments up that are just like quick and easy to pop on the pages. I do have about 50 photos that are going to be going in this, because it was a 4-day little road trip that we took, and so there's quite a lot of photos. So this is going to be the core of that project. I do have a whole selection of papers here. Some are new and some are old. I want to show you some other things for to you. This is actually coordinates with the album, and this is the Jet Set theme collection from We Are Memory Keepers. This is the Albums Made Easy, and this is made up of 4x4 and 2x2. This is a travel themed one, of course, but again a lot of these are more international travel, I would say, rather than UK based. This was just a UK based road trip what we took, so I'm not really going to be using aeroplanes and like symbols like that, but as you guys know, I have got my trip to the States coming up, so I can just keep them and use them for that. So you do get a selection of 2x2s, which you get 28 of, and then you get some of these kind of die cut ones, which again you get, I don't know, I think you get about, no, you get 12 of those, and then you get die cut ones as well. 28 die cut and 12 just normal cards. You then get 28 die cut 4x4s and 32 normal cards. So the great thing about these is they are, oops, double-sided. So these are going to be really fun to use. The only thing I would say, the colour palette for this is a little bit more muted than what I've got planned for the rest of this album, but I'm sure I can make it work, especially this orange colour. Again, with the 4x4s, a lot of them are sort of like more air travel themed, but of course they have these back sides, which I should be able to use okay. So that is those, and so I'm planning on utilising some of them in this album, and then the rest will be put aside to use in my American albums, because I'm sure there's going to be more than one, seeing there was 3 for our 10-day trip, and we're going for 16 days this time. I also did pick up another lot of journaling cards, which I've misplaced. So I did get another lot. Oh, here they are. Sorry guys. I picked up these journaling cards. These are the new 7 paper ones, which is Studio Calico. You get 35 in this set, and these are 4x4, and these are just the plain, you know, as you know, Studio Calico have their different colour families, and these are just plain, and it says like there's a space for the date, documented by today, and then a space to do journaling. So I thought these are going to come in really handy for doing the journaling in that album, and I said they're really great colours, these ones. So I've got those two that are kind of like products specifically designed for the 4x4 albums. I've then pulled 2 paper pads. I have the Amy Tan Rise and Shine, which is of course her new collection. These things, like especially like these cameras are going to be great for making my own embellishments. You've also got the card apart cards and things as well. I have then also pulled the Stitch collection, which I haven't used too much of, which is her collection previous to this one. And so I'm going to see if I can get that used up, because I think these colours will work quite well together. So I've just pulled those two 6x6 paper pads. Might as well carry on with the paper theme. I have pulled out this vellum. This is the Doodlebug vellum, and I bought this quite a while ago. It's called Sprinkle Vellums, and this is a piece of the coral. I then have the gold and I have the tangerine. So I want to try and get this used up. It's beautiful. It's kind of got like that embossed dot on it. You can see it there. So those are the colours that I'm planning on using. I've got a couple of scraps of the Power glitter paper here in the teal and the gold, so again they're going to work great, and I'm thinking of using these more for making my own embellishments. I have two of these very not old, but these are Webster's Pages transparencies. One is an arrow design and one is this pink ledger. I've had these in my stash for quite a while, and so I want to get those used up, and I thought I could actually just punch holes in this and use them as just dividers in the album for the different days, or I could just use them as see-through sort of pockets, maybe with some what they called sequins and stuff in. So that's something I wanted to play with. I do then have some papers that I have pulled, and they are mainly the Amy Tan papers. And again, these are a mixture here. This is from the Stitch collection. This one's called Box Pleat, and this is again designed for the 4x4. So I could just cut this up and use it in place of some of those 4x4s. I have the one from her newer collection, which is called Emma. Again, this is designed for those 4x4s, so it's going to be perfect for that. Again, that's got this design on the side, which I'm not too bothered about. I'm going to use it for the 4x4s. I then picked out the camera paper. Again, because I can use these to cut up and make some embellishments. There is this side, which I'm not overtly keen on, but I thought this would be great for making embellishments. And that's called Claire. This one's called Riley, and again the reason I picked this one because I thought I could cut these out to make my own embellishment clusters, and there's this on the other side which I also love. So I have both of these of course in the 6x6 pad, so I could maybe scale them down to make embellishments as well, but I think these would be quite a good size to use. I then have this piece which is from the Pebbles We Go Together collection. And this was a trip that me and my boyfriend took to celebrate sort of knowing each other for 9 years from when we first met. So I thought these kind of bits would go quite well together, and I could actually cut some of these up and use them to embellish my pages. I've only used one of these little cards so far, and this collection I just loved. But I've also got this nice colour on the back here, so I thought I could always use that. And then this is a very old piece of paper, and this is from Prima. This is from 2013. And this is in my collection, but it's very reminiscent of Amy Tangerine, as you can kind of see here, these kind of doodle frames and things. So again, I think I might cut this up and maybe use this in some of my embellishment clusters. So that is the papers that I pulled. I also pulled out my Amy Tangerine stencils. Again, these are a mixture of the older and the new ones. So I've got her alphas here, and then two with kind of different motifs on. So I have just pulled those out because they're underused in my stash, and I really wanted to kind of try and use those bits and pieces up. And I've also pulled out, of course, my stitching supplies with some pink, some gold and some grey floss, because I thought that's going to kind of mix all together quite nicely. Just going to move my papers out the way, guys. Sorry, I'm trying not to make this video too long, but you know what I'm like, that's never possible. I did just pull some embellishments from my stash, and there's a real mixture of bits and pieces. I will just say that I have pulled this little punch. This is it's actually a Stampin' Up punch, and this makes a tiny little banner. So I thought I could utilise that in making my embellishments. I also have my two tins here. This is kind of my hearts and stars wooden ears. And then in here is my travel themes and my little potty people wood veneers as well. So I'm going to probably use those across it. I picked up these are again from 7 Paper, and these are puffy stickers. You get 71 in here, and these are lovely kind of little hearts and stars. Again, these are just 2 different things from Studio Calico. These are just some little gold icon discs, and this is a little puffy alpha. I also have this puffy alpha, which is very old. This is from the Portfolio collection, which is 2012. It's like this silver glitter, so I wanted to try and get those used up. So I'm really mixing old and new stash here. Absolutely love these new alphas from Alison Krefft, which are in the shop. And these are both from the #Happy collection, and I've gone for this teal and the pink because it's going to mix perfectly with the Amy Tanned collection. Also got these, which are from These Are the Days, and these are the Webster's Pages, and these are little icon stickers, so you like little emotion icons, little emojis here, and then a mixture of like the weather and different stuff like that, so they are so sweet. So I've got those to add to it as well. I've got a couple of wood veneers here, which are from old Scraptastic kits. One says Adventure, one says Road Trip. I've got some really old Ellie Studio bits and pieces. I think that's from an old Valentine's collection, so I'm going to try and get those used up as well. I then picked a few different what are they called, washi tapes. This one is just a glitter tape. I then got the Maggie Holmes gold, and I've picked up a couple of other golds, an orange, a teal, and this is like a pink turquoise which says love on it. So I thought again they would be great for using to make my own embellishments. I'm planning on using my black ink pad throughout this as well. And then finally, just to share with you again a few more embellishments and bits that I've used. I've pulled here a couple of my smaller dies. I've just kind of mixed these together, so I've got some of my smaller circles and also some squares, again to help build up some little cluster embellishments. I've got a whole mixture of little stamps here from some of the original Amy Tangerine stamps. Some of these are from old kit clubs, which are Studio Calico and Scraptastic. So I've got a real mix here, and I've also got some of the Heidi Swap stamps there, so I've just pulled those stamps aside. I also have in here the Heidi Swap Favourites, a sample pack of the Project Life cards. These were given to me by Emma, but these colours actually work really perfect. This kind of distressed effect are going to work perfect in with the Amy Tan collection. So I thought these are going to be great for doing journaling and adding little bits to photos. So I pulled them aside as well. I hadn't really thought how well those collections actually go together, but they'll work fab. Again, a few little missed bits that I've got in kits here. So again, some little embellishments. Got another alpha here. Some more little stickers. I've also pulled out the Snap Life Documented word strip stickers. Absolutely love these. And these are in white and cream. Again, some vellum embellishments. These Jen Hadfield's homemade gold stickers. I love these, cannot get enough of them, and I'm using them on so many projects. And you get like 84 in a pack, and I have 2 packs of them, so that's amazing. I have just pulled out here my Amy Tangerine. This is from the +1 collection. It's the embossing folder. Might actually use that. I haven't actually used these embossing folders recently, so I might use that. Again, from the Pebbles collection, I do have those other paper. I've just pulled out these little hearts just because they're uber sweet. And then there's just some leftover embellishments here from the Gossamer Blue on my desk collection. So as you can see, I haven't exactly got a very limited kit, but I have picked a kit that I'm going to use. As I said, this is they're quite chunky, these little albums, so I'm not kind of scared to kind of use a little bit of dimension in here. And I said then maybe using some of those transparencies as well. I really want to kind of play and have a little bit of an experiment in this sort of size format, because there's so many of these 4x4 albums coming out, so I thought it would be a perfect chance to try it. Now I've got you know, some photos that I was going to do it on, because I originally brought this with another project in mind, but that didn't kind of span out. So, well, thank you guys very much for watching. I'm not actually going to document my process of making this album because I'm going to kind of just pick it up here and there, and also I think it's mostly going to be making the embellishment part of it and then putting it all together. I will of course come back with a flick through, and I'll also share photos of my process of doing that on the blog as well. So thank you very much guys for watching, and as I said, I will be back with the complete album hopefully shortly. Thank you very much guys. Bye.